To entry. So remember, a barrier to entry is anything that gives the incumbent a cost advantage over a new entrant, or a cost that a new entrant has to bear that a firm already in the industry does not. So is reputation of the incumbent, could that be a barrier to entry? Yes. Okay, could the incumbent cost structure, like economies of scale, could that be a barrier to entry? Okay, learning, like moving down the learning curve, could that be a barrier to entry? Yes. Okay, access to standard production machines. No, the key word there is standard, right? So whenever you talk about competitive advantage, normally it's something like it's our secret sauce or our moat. Like it's something that we have that I don't want you to know about, a trade secret, our secret sauce, right? Access to something standard cannot be a barrier to entry or a source of competitive advantage. Okay. That's what I wanted to say about, those are sort of the conceptual ones from Practice Final 1 that I wanted to make sure we covered. Okay, questions on any of those before we move now to game theory? Yeah.
Not on those, but before we go to game theory, I was wondering if you could do number 27 from the second practice test.
20 what?
27.
From the second?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is the answer on 27? Okay, suppose initially the price is $50 in a perfectly competitive market. Firms are making zero economic profits. Okay, so we're not going to expect entry. The market shrinks, and some firms leave the industry, and the industry returns back to a long-run equilibrium. What will the new equilibrium price be, assuming cost conditions in the industry remain constant? Okay, so under perfect competition, what are prices going to get pushed down to? To marginal cost. Okay, so the key point in that one is that the cost structure remains the same. Okay, so if the cost structure remains the same, you know, if my marginal cost is $50, I can't price it at 45, right? So the key thing is that it is that cost structure remains the same, so the price will remain the same. There'll just be fewer firms.
What would the answer be if it's that the cost condition was no longer the same?
So let's say that now it was $50, but somebody comes with a breakthrough that allows them to move the marginal cost down to $30. What would we expect?
Oh, okay. Price goes down.
I would expect that the price would go down to $30. Okay. Yeah.
If you're saying zero, you're saying economic profits are pushing marginal costs, that's just a fancy way of saying pushing zero. Are they basically saying?
Yes. Yeah. It's just that economic costs to differ from accounting costs because economic costs have to include the cost of capital, like an opportunity cost, and accounting costs don't. So you might observe positive accounting profits, but it's essentially enough for me to pay myself a salary, but things are always going to be tight. That's the conceptual. I'm not going to ask a question on that, but if a firm has market power, that means they're able to charge above marginal cost. Yeah?
I have a question on number 31. I've been trying to do it and I haven't been able to get that answer.
The perfectly competitive market?
Yeah. Is it any different than what we've done before?
Are they losing money?
No. I'm not sure.
So normally, when I ask a question about the short run, normally what it is I'm more than covering, if I'm more than covering my variable costs, I'm at least covering my variable costs, but then when I add in my fixed costs, I'm losing money. Then I want to continue producing in the short run because at least I'm producing something to help me cover my fixed costs.
Yeah.
If it's going to be that way forever, like I don't see, if this isn't just a temporary downturn, but I see things forever, then do I want to keep producing?
No, you would actually.
You would ultimately exit the business, right? So if my price is less than my variable cost, right? So that means if my price is less than my variable cost, can I make that up on volume? Like I'm selling it for $10, but it actually cost, I'm selling these for $10 and it cost me $15 to make them. Then the more I sell, the more I lose, and you can't make that up on volume, right? So I would want to exit.